Hi everybody, welcome. Thank you for joining me again. Guess what, my dear viewers, listeners and others? Load shedding is back. Back with hours in the dark and back with all the usual lies. Oh, the stations and substations need repair and maintenance. Meanwhile, we all know it has everything to do with Trump cutting foreign aid. Most of our power stations still operate on coal. And if the money is not there, then Eskom cannot buy coal. So, happy days. Our little generator was finally packed away in the storeroom, and now we will have to go take it out again. We also discovered that our power inverter, which we use for our laptops and internet, does not work anymore. It likely just needs a new battery, I think. So it is indeed happy days, folks. This year started off with my stress levels sky high. But remember last year this time? I was driving in and out daily looking for accommodation or an affordable home in the heat with sweat pouring down my face and waiting for hours between appointments, etc., etc. So it seems each year starts with its own trouble until it starts to calm down and level out. So let's just hope it happens sooner rather than later. Anyway, people of the Bookworm Palace, let's talk royals. So a few more days before Ingriftus, I heard that the Canadian government and the Ingriftus management turned down Harry's request for a stay in a 5-star hotel during Ingriftus. The Canadian government has also allegedly turned down his request for additional security. Now, if it's all true, I wonder how Harry feels about it. But you know what is fair is indeed fair. Harry is no longer a working royal. And what does Harry actually contribute to Ingriftus but his presence? Where and what does Harry really contribute to Ingriftus? Has Archwell made any financial contributions or donations to Ingriftus recently? I have a feeling that over the years, William and the Royal Foundation has probably donated more to Ingriftus than Harry. But you know, in Harry and Meghan's world, it's not about what you put in, it's about what you can get out of something. I mean, anything, even a veterans' charity. Ingriftus has not even started yet, and already there's drama with demands for a certain type of accommodation. I hear a few more veterans have actually withdrawn. Now, I can only tell you what I heard. I do not personally know the exact details or how many exactly have withdrawn. I'm told that a further 270 withdrew from the 2025 Ingriftus after about 700 resigned from the organization last year. Now, whether it's true or not, I can't tell. Remember, we are not just talking about participants, but about members of the organization. So it's indeed hard to tell for any outsider. I mean, we don't keep the records. But I saw a letter from a veteran in which he confirms the 270. And to top it all, he says he is one of the 270. He says, as a soldier, he swore allegiance to the Queen and the Sovereign. He calls Harry Judas Iscariot for betraying the Queen, to whom he, Harry as well, when he went to the army, swore allegiance during his time in the army. He says he shall never again attend anything which accepts and allows treachery. He also feels that the organizers of Ingriftus allowed Meghan, or the trollop, as he calls her, to lead the last march. He says never again. Well, there you have it. Apparently, allegedly, there was a petition signed by Canadians basically stating that they will not tolerate the couple's shenanigans and that they do not want her or them there. So guys, so far, or then the last announcement stated indeed that Meghan will be joining Harry in Vancouver and Whistler. I mean, they're either tone deaf, completely tone deaf, but luckily there are a handful of people who are still hopeful that Meghan will change her mind and come up with an excuse, something like the kids are sick or whatever. We will indeed see on Wednesday. But I think Meghan does not have much else going for her at the moment. So maybe she will be prepared to make a fool of herself for publicity. I don't know. I mean, that level of crazy I'm not familiar with. Okay, guys, I really could not wait to tell you this. You have a new king. Did you know that? Charles Markle the First. Many people have asked, where's the king? What's he up to? What's he doing? Well, my dears, the king is indeed spending a lot of time up in Scotland. And no, he's not selling Balmoral to tourists or turning Dumfries' house into a baby factory. Oh, no. The king is indeed to star in a future-length documentary for Amazon Prime. Filming has already begun on the project. Charles will allow the filmmakers private access. Now, I don't know what kind of private access or to what they will gain private access, but I am going to read you the blurb, all right? Charles is hoping to share his message with viewers about the way he believes he can, blah, 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 and then they quote him directly, transform people, places, and ultimately the planet. Oh my word, I had to grab the sick bucket. What the F, or who the F, does he think he is? Transform the people, places, and ultimately the planet. He believes he can transform the world. Really? Sorry, Charles. Who do you think you are? God, Jesus Christ, Allah? I think the rumors may be true that he is going a little cray-cray. Seriously, talk about delusions. King or not, he's one man and will likely be laughed out of many countries if he should go there with such bullshit. It gets better. The film will follow the philosophy outlined in his 2010 book, Harmony, a new way of looking at our world, and yes, production began last month in Scotland. Now you know why your king is in Scotland all the time. A source told the Times of London that the crew have had a lot of time with the king, more than on any other documentary he has done before. The aim seems to tell the world what the king stands for and what he is all about. Yes, indeed, my dear friends, it's all about Charles. About me, I, what I've done, I, me, I. Narcissistic, self-centered bullcrap. So I'm sorry to say, my dear friends, so that is what the British public is paying more than £100 million for. Not a king to concern himself with poverty and homelessness and the problems faced by his people and his country, but instead spending his time on a vanity project making a movie all about him, his ideas, his beliefs. If you are happy to pay the man millions to do that, then who am I to talk? But you know, I have friends in England who I'm sure would rather pay someone half of what Charles is being paid, and who will most likely champion their cause. I mean, this cannot continue, in my opinion. Just my opinion, mind you. I'm not a citizen of Great Britain. This is not right and not fair to the people of the United Kingdom and the Commonwealth. Think about it this way. Would your boss like you to read a book in his time and on his dime? Are you a secretary? And if you are, would your boss be happy for you to spend the majority of the time he's paying you for to, say, bake for a fair or craft market? No, he'll fire your ass. But Charles can make a movie about himself and his cocky ideas on your dime. I think the sooner William is on the throne, the better. I did not want to say or talk about this much, but it is well known that although William loves and respects his father when it comes to monarchy business, Charles and William do not and don't believe anything else. When it comes to monarchy business, they do not see eye to eye at all. William has called his father something like a feudal lord and other prize but true things in private. Not too long ago, the two of them had a major go at each other. Well, I mean, Charles was the kicking, screaming one. William watched the performance, turned on his heel, and went and did what he was advised to do and wanted to do. William went ahead and started abolishing the feudal privileges in the Duchy of Cornwall. Now, what does that mean, you say? Well, it means that after decades of protests from residents, William has granted the tenants of the residential areas located on the prince's estates, which is more or less 55,000 hectares of land, the right to purchase full ownership of their homes for the first time, switching from leasehold to freehold. This has not yet been made applicable to the Isle of Scilly, but remember, I actually said as much before. I was told it may take a little time. Remember, deeds, etc. will now have to be changed. It cannot all happen at once overnight. But I'm saying hooray for William, respecting his people and changing things so he can truly become a modern king. I'm actually amazed that there wasn't a bigger deal made out of this in the media, because this is huge, huge. Of course, Charles was totally against it, but William, with approval of his advisors, went ahead anyway. And the king had his hands tied because he's no longer in charge of Cornwall. William said he will change things, and he has already started. So I'm going to say this one more time. If you are a monarchist and want your monarchy to survive, you better get William on the throne soon. William is not a perfect man, but he is human, and he is not his father. Okay, my dear subscribers, I'm taking off. So many things I want to do and so little time to do it in. But I'm going to try and pack more into what is left of the day. So guys, until I see you on the next one, please take good care of yourselves. Bye.